just have to, shake it out of our
That's
sleeve
it.
and go
Yeah,
with the flow. Yeah.
yeah. We haven't got a script or any type of
No, no.
show running order or any assistants passing us
Nothing like
hot
that.
leads
Nothing
for us
like
to
that.
talk. No.
It's a big mess in front of us. Like it's just the only thing that's tidy is like our background, and all the
Yeah,
rest is
exactly.
just
Yeah, it's funny because any time that I do like a YouTube video to shoot it, it's quite good because it coincides with me having to clean my entire living room. So it's good because if I shoot a YouTube video and it looks like shit in the background, then it's not going to be it's going to be authentic, but it's not going to be very aesthetically pleasing for the audience. I
exactly,
don't think.
exactly.
But yes, what are we doing? What shall we do on
Well,
our?
anyone who wants can just, you know, post their handle and we'll roast you. I think that's
That
already
sounds fun.
something nice. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, so if you want your profile roasted, just do that. And then, I was thinking, like, I don't know, I'm watching Peaky Blinders. I don't know if you,
Yeah, I do know Peaky Blinders.
what
Yeah.
do you think about it?
Well, it's difficult for an English person to. I've not got an opinion like most people. It's difficult for an English person who knows about Birmingham accents to watch that
Yeah,
because
okay.
the
Okay,
accents are
besides the
really really
accents.
bad. Yeah, it's hard. But the thing is, it's hard for me to get past that because
Ah, oh
the
wow.
accents are really bad. But people have told me how amazing it is and it's really good. But yeah, you tell me your opinion as someone who is not from where this
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, so I'm very unfamiliar with the accents.
Yeah,
But I like Thomas Shelby, it's yeah, it's a cool dude, I would say. Like,
yeah.
as in that
It's
might
got
not
good
even be,
charisma.
yeah, his charisma is fantastic. And I think it was yesterday I watched the episode where he's involved with somebody and involved with somebody else, and then they actually meet and
Right.
yeah, I think they ask something like, why why Thomas, and the other person goes like, well, same as you, I just want to feel alive. And that got
Right.
me thinking, because everybody is into AI and ChatGPT, and I'm really thinking, like, can you really feel alive? You create a better ChatGPT prompt, do you then really feel alive? It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm an
and
anti kind of technology type person. I want real life. I want people with shitty grammar and reality and videos that look like they're not scripted, and that's the stuff that I gravitate towards. Just because I think in the next couple of years it's going to be more and more difficult to tell the difference between someone who's real. I think it's already got there. I mean, there are with things like ghostwriting, um, you get those automated AI script plus AI image videos, and they give good. It gives useful information, but it's sterile and it feels unreal. And I think that yeah, someone like a Thomas Shelby, well, obviously an actor and stuff like that, but the the reality of somebody who feels like an authentic person talking to you like a real person. I think that's going to be an edge for quite a lot of creators who are actually going to make some moves, because a lot of people can't do this. A lot of people can't talk on camera. A lot of people can't really do anything else. They hide behind um, tweets and templates and prompts and stuff like that. And the more you hide, the less real it is. That's
no,
just I feel quite strongly about this because I like talking to real humans.
yeah, same here, same here. And in the meantime, we already have one person who wants their profile roasted.
Ooh, let's have a look.
Rich.
Rich at Big Promotions.
So let's have a read. Engage your customers and employees with custom branded merch and swag. I'll help you do it. I'm your buddy in the merch business. Let's connect. And there's a link. Follow us, pin tweet. Always feels good to get messages like this. You guys came through in a really big way again. The beaver little shirts look fantastic. Okay, that's good. That's good.
What's the link? Let's have a look at the link. Rich Graham, Brig Promotions, book a call. Let's talk about your merch. Okay, cool. So a little deep dive into stuff like some YouTube videos.
Link here, YouTube.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Here's his
And that's his
swag shop. All right.
Yeah.
Rich. So, what are your thoughts?
I have some thoughts. So, looking at the link, Rich, I would say, although you've got the little logo guy, which I'm guessing is you, what I feel like is there's a disconnect between the yellow, the banner, and then when you click through to your website. So I would say, because I like that style, that I think it's like 50s, 60s kind of American, like old school writing, like hot rod Cadillac writing. That would be great if you had that consistent branding across both of it. So if the banner, and for me, the banner, I'm not really, it says something like math topic and writing. So I would have something to do with your merch, custom merch, like who is Rich. I'd have that, had something linked to that in the banner, and I'd keep with the red. That's just my thoughts.
Cool. And anything about his bio, maybe?
Engage your customers and employees with custom brand merch and swag. I mean, it's quite straightforward, but I'd say I'm your buddy in the merch business. I'd say that you've said that twice. You can get that across with, but maybe what are you going to be talking about outside of that? Because if I get that you're going to be talking to you're selling something which is the custom merch, great, but what do I get when I follow you other than you're selling something? So are is there do you talk about some content pillars? Are there specific things that you're going to teach me? What's in it for me if I follow you?
Yep.
That's what I say. That's probably my view. Yeah, what do you think, Yannick?
Yep. Yeah, I think that last bit was very good. Like, I think this is more bottom of the funnel when people are already like into you and your stuff. And I think before you sell anything to anybody, I would say first, show them what you have. What can people, I don't know, learn from you?
Yeah.
Is it just banter, just chatting away, or what's interesting? What are the cool new merch trends right now? If
That's a good yeah.
If I want to give merch out, like as an employer, what would I give? What would it cost? Like, what are the responses I would get from people I work with? And it's always better to be clear than it is to be smart and sexy. And I would say, like, engage your customers and employees with custom branded merch and swag. So I would say, look, give your customers and employees the best merch and swag there is, something like that. I wouldn't overdo that. And same with, like, I'm your buddy in the merch business. I would say, I deliver the best merch there is, something like that.
Yeah. Like a bold claim.
I help you get cool swag. I would probably position myself a little bit that way, and to put on top what you said earlier. Before people will buy something from you, they first need to know you, know what you're, in. So I would add a little bit about why would people follow you.
Yeah, good points, man. Yeah, there.
Hope that helps, Rich. Gonna close that one. Yeah.
But we like the website. I like the website. I thought that was cool, and I like that you've got YouTube videos there off the first link, so people can learn a little bit more. But it's like you earn the click, don't you? So I've gone to your profile, where let's connect. That's in that bio. It's like, okay, let's connect. Like, what does that mean? It's like, tell me why I should click that link.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Well, we've got another. Let me share my screen again. We'll probably mispronounce your name, Piers, but we're gonna try anyway.
Piyush
Piers
Trades
trades,
trades Piyush
probably.
trades.
No paid tips. I observed the market for 3 years.
Oh, he's a trader.
Yeah,
Trades trades.
nice.
No paid
Magic
calls tips.
levels, which I personally use. Then Linktree, something in writing. I'm too dumb to know what the name of the
Yeah, I don't
Indian.
know. I'm not sure. Indian Sanskrit. That might be. I might have made that up.
Yeah, and a spin tweet. When I was a beginner, nobody helped me to understand real trading. Now that I've become a professional trader, only I understand your real pain. Ooh. I'm ready to reveal and show you how trading is actually done on my social media channel. Join for free. Interesting. So you're promoting your social media channel on your social media channel? That's interesting. Thing. Okay. So you're
Join
promoting it.
Telegram channel.
Telegram channels. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I would probably make that a bit more clear, but that makes sense. So this is probably like a free. Can I join you? Wow, 13
So he's got a big.
people.
That's a lot of people. Yeah.
If you in Telegram, that doesn't work. But anyway, that that's a lot. That's a lot. There's your social proof already. Well, 14,000 followers. Nice. What are your first thoughts, Jim?
Um, the immediate thing that hits me is no paid calls tips. Like, why are you telling me the first thing that I read is something that you don't want me to do? I don't think you need. I don't know whether that's just in trading, insider stuff that I just don't know about. But
Yep.
I observed the market for 3 years, day and night, to create my own trading strategy, named Magic Levels. But like, who cares if you personally use it?
Yep.
What did that allow you to do? Did it make you, hundreds of thousands of pounds? What did the Magic Levels trading strategy do for you and the people who you work with? The other thing that I saw there, we clicked through to your Telegram and it had 13,000 subscribers. A really good thing that people with newsletters do. I think it's a bias. I can't remember which bias it is. But if you say join 13,000 subscribers on my Telegram channel who are getting, I don't know, one trading tip per day or something, click the link in the bio. And I also think you don't
That
need
might
the
be this
three.
year.
Yeah, yeah.
If this was English, I would say you can
Yeah.
actually, you don't need to put a location there. You can actually say join 13,000 people on my Telegram group.
Yeah,
Something
and
that
then
has to be a bit smaller, but you can actually say it there. But carry on. I was interrupting you.
yeah, no worries. And yeah, magic levels. I don't. It doesn't really mean anything to me. But I'm not not in trading. But the proof that you've got is your followers. But I think that one thing, and this is from landing pages, is it's like one product or one place you're sending me with one offer, and it's kind of like you're saying, here are, go to my social channels when you're already on your Twitter, and then the link tree goes to three options, which is one of them is back to your Twitter. So I guess you put that on your Instagram or whatever, but it might be easy to just have one. So tell people that you want them to go to your Telegram. Tell them why they should go to your Telegram, because they're going to get, I don't know, one tip a day, 3 tips, and then have that. Maybe even just have the link just be in your Telegram channel, because it reduces friction if that's where you want people to go.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. And I'm going to be a little bit of a dick here because this could be your car, but it could also be a rented car, as we all
Yeah,
know the videos of people who like rent a car for a day or an hour, shoot a video, and
I'll
then
just go and stand in front of one.
yeah. So this could be, Piers. This could be your car. I'm not saying it's not, but the image it projects to me is, look at my car. While I don't give an f about your
Yeah.
car. If before I want to follow you, I first want to, feel more about you versus all the things you could have. Maybe you have a big villa, maybe you don't. I don't care about that, but I want to be, closer to you. But this is actually creating the opposite for me. But you might be targeting, I don't know, 16-year-old kids, but 16-year-old kids don't have the money to trade. So you
Yeah.
probably do want to target people like me, maybe who have a little bit more money to spend. That's my first feeling, and and like if you look at the header, like this is pretty, you know, this could be from some kind of movie, and the next thing you see is some guy with a big sword, and I don't know. It's just the feeling is a bit. I don't want to follow you actually, and so
Yeah.
that's my harsh first. Also, what's interesting, so also what you mentioned, Jim, is so no paid calls slash tips. So indeed, what you don't do, I don't really see why should I follow you. I don't
Yeah.
get any idea. Okay, you talk about trades. I see you do maybe technical analysis could be, but why would I follow you? I have no idea. And I couldn't join your Telegram channel. Probably logged into that browser, but um, what are you selling? So probably in your Telegram channel, you are doing something right. 13,000 people have joined. It's not because of so you are doing something right. So I would take that back, put it on Twitter again, and ask people to join, and have a little bit of a funnel there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think
No, that's good
that's
stuff.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and this is a personal thing, is it feels like you could the banner that you've got, the if that if that's you, that would be way better as your profile picture. That's because it's kind of clear. And I always find this this is a personal thing, but I like seeing somebody's face. And if you're discussing stuff to do with business, it feels a little bit like if you have to really look to see if that's the real you. And like Yannick said, it's more about your car. Um, it's better to, in my opinion, especially if you're dealing with things like money and business, to have your face front and center and have it on your profile picture.
Hope that helps, Piyush. And sorry for mispronouncing your name. I'm sure we both did. Cool, 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 cool. So Rich is happy with the roast. That's good.
He's happy with the roast. That's
Yeah.
good.
Let's see. So, so all right. All right, man. Anything else? Like, I don't know. Like, I'll give it a little bit of an update on High Fury.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I think we did do that, but it was all over the place. But I know you guys have been working on a fair bit. I saw something to do with YouTube Shorts or something
yeah.
to do with the graphics. What's going on just in general?
Yeah. So in general, we're working more on video, 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 video. And so from tweets, you want to go to video. And so from a tweet, you can actually create a TikTok video or reels,
Okay,
or from YouTube video that was just posted, you can create snippets and then create native video from Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, whatever. That's actually what we're working on right now. And so we really want to help creators that have made one thing and make it easy for
make
them
it
to
for.
create a dozen other things out of that single creation. Yeah.
Because at the moment, you guys do. We've got Facebook integration, Instagram, Twitter, obviously,
Yep.
LinkedIn, and then those are the. Have I missed one? Not TikTok, not yet,
TikTok not
but
yet. Well,
TikTok,
we
not
could
yet.
do it.
Right.
It's all ready, but we need some more testing and stuff like that. So yeah, funny. And we'll do another roast right now. Another person on YouTube before I share my screen. Cough because I have a little bit of cold. Let's see. This one is pretty cool because it's
Cool Christian
Christian
engineer.
engineer. Oh,
See, I like this already.
yeah,
I like
so
the
do I.
profile picture and his beard. I think it's funny. Loving husband to
Christian, loving husband, yeah, to cool's wife, engineer, support my work, buy me coffee, cool Christians, nice community.
It's funny.
I only down to Christ
About
to
a
you.
Christ, do you?
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
Christian
Let's
is.
see what you talk
They're
about.
funny, those memes.
Yeah, hi pure email. Good, man. You want to try? So this is pretty much, I would say, really serious. You know,
Hmm.
but like memes and Christianity, not so much engineering. Oh, interesting. What are your thoughts?
I would say so. Let's click the link. So buy me. Actually, we know already. Buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
So I would say that although the original, the initial branding of like, I like your profile picture, I like the background, and we know what you're doing. But from the little, the brief look through your profile, the thing that I think cheapens it a little bit is stuff like if it's just a picture, you may get decent engagement and you may get likes and shares. But if it's something like share if you like, it feels a little bit cheap. So I don't know. On Twitter, you see it a lot where people post, it's either a picture of a night or a picture of this, and it's kind of like, well, yeah, but what am I getting out of that other than you might get likes and retweets and stuff like that, but what if you want to be taken seriously as a creator who's making something? I don't get that I don't get that feeling from your account when we looked a little bit further. It feels more like a for fun account, just to share your faith, which is not a bad thing. It's just that's my initial impression with like business hat on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would have expected more of an engineering account. Like I don't know, this is what I'm working on. Yeah, I don't know. Um, like I would say what's like your work. If your work is creating these images, then I would say, you know, I understand why you're putting the link here. But other than that, like I don't know what you're really working on. If this could be it. I don't know. You could create these images. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is from the Bible. And so I don't know why I would want to support you right now. Other than that, you're creating those images. If you're an engineer, you're probably employed. That's what my guess is right now. So yeah, and the thing is, like on Twitter, why are people on Twitter? Well, most people who are in our spheres who use High Purity probably want to, you know, get something up and running besides their day job. And I'm not getting that from your profile right now. And so I would change that a little bit in your bio. I don't know. Do you work on a side project? I would
Hmm.
definitely show that. And that's also a better reason I think to buy you coffee than the things you're mentioning now. And let me check this community stack. What's in here? That's on your profile pic. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. So this is really just more about Christ than um, anything else. Yeah, it's hard. Anything anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I would say it says support my work, but what is your work? And the thought is it might be the sharing your faith, and but if that's your work, then great. But kind of one of the things that I really like that some people do is they say what they're leading people towards or what their mission is, or and that could be a great angle that you could do for what you're doing. You're on a mission to share, your faith with X, or to do engineering and finish this project, or lead people towards this. Like, what is your work that we should support? And then just a little bit of a comment is things like buy me a coffee. I don't like that type of, because that feels like tips and charity type. Buy me a coffee. It's like, okay, but I see some people do it, and it just feels a little bit like, I don't know. I'd probably have a little work on maybe something with a bit more substance that you're building. But other than that, I like profile picture's great. The background's cool. I like the yellow. I think your beard with your glasses and stuff, I think is really good.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right,
because cool Christians.
Cool Christian. Hope that helps. Cool. Cool Christian. Cool.
Cool Christians, yeah. I like that the people who I'm roasting their post have got more followers than I have, so it kind of like what you should do is like, well, how about I come on and tell you what you should do, Jim?
Doesn't matter. We're here live streaming, and they're just sitting on the couch or on their phone watching us being dorks.
Yeah, it's funny. But cool. Yeah, we don't hear much from Sammy on the front end. What's Sammy been up to, other than driving his cars?
Yeah. Sammy's working on the YouTube integration right now.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got him and the devs. He's cracking the whip, making sure that everybody's on task.
Cracking the whip for sure. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we acquired a couple of businesses, so we need to know how many requests all those different businesses do towards Twitter. So we have like a limitation of how many tweets we can pull every month. We need to know that. So somebody's working on that part. We recently made some changes in the front end on the component side to work towards having a better integration with LinkedIn. We're going to add Instagram login. There's all these things that add up, and then multiple people are working on the video integration. So some people from tweet to other people from video to video, and then we have all these different work streams going on. Yeah, and he's managing that together with Marco.
There's a lot. There's because I think from my personal view of like how I use Hype Fury, I use it specifically for Twitter, X now, and LinkedIn to get to share things over. But I know that people use things like they have their own carousels to post onto LinkedIn. But you said, I can't remember what you said recently, but you said that there's been a development on LinkedIn that's only just changed in the last week. I haven't used it yet, but what is it?
Yeah, you can now actually schedule carousels on LinkedIn. Before, we'd actually have to email you, and then you could download the PDF and post the carousel yourself.
Right.
We can now actually automate the entire process. And
okay.
That has only recently been added to the LinkedIn API.
So when you create the carousel, is it what looks like, say, like TweetPic? Like it's a similar to what is on Instagram, where
we create
images of your tweet.
Images of your tweets, and we create a carousel out of that. You can create a custom last slide.
Okay.
And it's really easy. You just create a thread, and you can then cross-post that thread as a carousel to LinkedIn. Create a custom slide if you want, custom like LinkedIn last slide.
Okay. So you can have like a reshare, repost to your audience, and then just send it out and have it the same. Yeah, might try it out.
Should try it out. Why haven't you yet? Why haven't you?
There's a lot to do being a creator. I think one of the things that I know I need to do more effectively, that I see a lot of people do really well, is they do not. It's like a flywheel where they have one big piece of content. It's either a YouTube channel or their newsletter. Or their newsletter. I think Danco does this really well, and Justin Welsh, is they just spend a lot of time on their newsletter, and then they take tweets from that newsletter and put them into Hype Fury or a scheduler. Then they make part of that a shrunken version for LinkedIn. And I need to get better at that, because I'm a little bit ad hoc and off my phone and stuff like that. But I think to be everywhere, you need a proper system. And I think that working on one big piece of content and then using that for several places is where the better creators are, because it feels like they're everywhere. And I think that if that's where we're going, to make that easier, then that's going to be great, because you only need to do it once. If you've written your newsletter, post that, and it's got all your links, and then you can post that as tweets and as a thread and as a LinkedIn post. It makes things a lot easier, because I think that loads of people struggle
a
that.
course or more content on that, because a lot
Yeah.
of people need help.
Yeah.
Myself
Yeah.
included.
Right. Okay. Well, we do because I think people give us really good feedback about our newsletter, but even through what we do, I bet there's tweets in that newsletter. I bet there's LinkedIn posts that we could post from the content. There's stuff like, I've got like 12, 15 scripts that are YouTube scripts, which probably have tweets, threads, and we should because the idea of a good YouTube script is that every word has to mean something, or people get bored. And so the edited transcript,
definitely when they're watching you. So
yeah, yeah. Hey, the editing is like brutal. So any adverbs or like
so after 3 hours of raw material, you get back 10 minutes.
If that, and then it's all whooshy graphics and graphs and pictures of Elon and stuff to get the TikTok brained kids to keep paying attention.
Exactly. And for everyone just tuned in, you can have your profile roasted. Just mention your handle and we'll roast away. Yeah. Oh yeah, what I did like in our last week's newsletter, like there are all these people who they're just browsing. They're just same as now. People are just watching, but they're not really creating. And there's something holding them back. So what I did in the last newsletter, I created it's called an intent link. So you just click on a link, and then it opens up Twitter with a pre-written tweet. That's an intent.
Okay.
And what I did was I added such a link in the newsletter saying, "Thank you, Unique, for getting me back to my content creation game," or something like that. So the only thing they had to do was click the link and click tweet or post, and they would have created content. And I said in the email, I'm going to reply to everybody who does this. And I had dozens and dozens. Hundreds, but
like a good amount.
50 people, I think, that did that. Yeah. So that's just a tiny little thing you can do. And then you think, hey, I'm getting response. I've just done something. Okay. And hopefully they'll get you back on the content creation bandwagon and into real content mode.
Because a lot of people, I think, and this, I only started creating content like 2 years ago, and before then I viewed Twitter and as it was very differently to what I see it as now. And I think most people they struggle with thinking that they have, first of all, they don't have anything interesting to say. I like the thumbs up. They don't have anything interesting to say, and also quite a lot of times they've been on the platform for ages and they get 0 likes, 0 retweets, no one follows them, and they think, and this is like a big hurdle, is that when you see someone with like 20,000 followers or something, that they're doing something, and you see lots of engagement on their stuff. What they don't realize is that there's a whole few steps that you need to do, and it's not just writing one great post, not like playing the lottery where you could have the best tweet that's ever been created, but if it's been seen by 50 people or 100 people, it's never going to see anybody. And I don't think people ever reply. And quite a lot of people barely even like. They use it as like a news feed. And when you change from thinking, right, well, I'm a writer now, and I'm going to have a go at, learning to write, forget the world that they're going to see my stuff and just practice, then over time it just gets easier and more fun. And I just see it as a big networking site now, because it's fun for that. The amount of people and the opportunities that have come about just from commenting on people's stuff, liking it, learning about health, learning about business. I just think it's crazy if you're not doing this in this time, because there's so many people out there teaching this. And once you get going, I think creation is just a fun part of life anyway. I wish I'd done it sooner.
Yeah, you were stuck in your boring corporate job.
I was, yes. I was a sales manager for like 15 years. Can you imagine a person in a corporate environment with my personality?
How did you
having
survive? How did your
having to
colleagues survive?
having to sit in meetings and not say, well, for about a year before I left, I would be in marketing meetings. I think I showed you a couple of times where
Yeah.
they would be posting stuff about, over this year we got 100 followers, and I was like, that's fucking awful. Like, you should all be fired.
Funny. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, that's terrible. And they're like, the graph has gone up, and we got a post that did 7 likes, and I was like, well done. It's terrible. But people get paid thousands of pounds, and part of that was me going, I can do this for a living if that's the 7 people in the department.
Oh yeah. Oh, you should apply. Like, how many people can say that they quit their job because of Twitter? Not many
Yeah,
people.
that's a bit
You know,
mad. Yeah, but there's a lot of people saying that though, which I think was hilarious. Is that there's so many. This is like an unsaid thing, but I like talking about this because people get upset at me. But
yeah.
the people who are saying quit your 9 to 5, ignore those people if they if they haven't, because there's so
Mm.
many people who work a second job or something. But there are people out there with legitimate businesses, who are sharing useful information, making a lot of money. But there are just as many people who are just talking out of their bum and just not making any money, but they're saying that they are. So they're saying, quit your 9 to 5, you can do this. And you're like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, you've got 100,000 followers, have you? How much money are you making? And it's like, It's like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Probably like
It'll change your life. And you're like,
yeah,
okay.
nah. The top 1% will probably make some money from Twitter, and then
Yeah,
only the top 0.1% can really quit their job. It's like
yeah.
that's how steep the mountain is to climb. A lot of people, and
Yeah,
you're not gonna make it if you keep rewriting your ChatGPT prompts. You need to live an
yeah.
exciting life, or you're doomed.
Yeah, because I think I'm of the opinion that people shouldn't be entrepreneurs. That not everyone will make it, and unless you have a significant amount of experience, or you're really in this for the long run of going, okay, well, I might not make any money for like 7 or 8 years,
Yeah.
um, because you don't. And I like saying that to bring people into reality, because, for example, your story. How long were you doing marketing before you moved kind of into Hype Fury?
Oh, Hype Fury, that was a long time. I think that was over a decade, definitely, probably 12 years. But like before
So
that, like truth be told, I'm probably not like most other people because I turned entrepreneur within 3 years of me hitting the job market.
yeah,
And
okay,
entrepreneur, I was freelancing, so I was just getting paid more to do the same work,
right,
basically. But I was self-employed. I was an entrepreneur, not in the sense that I had a real business with dozens of customers, but at least I was not in
Yeah,
in shackles. And starting my second job, I also created like all these websites that paid my bills. I
yeah,
could literally quit my job because I had all this passive income coming in. But like right now, you would it would take probably years for somebody just out of school, zero skills. It would probably take, I would say, at least a year to make some money, and
yeah,
definitely more like 2 or 3 years to make substantial money, so you can say, well, I can quit my job.
yeah. And I think anybody saying that you can do this very quickly, and this is it's like the double bind, because if you buy the course and it doesn't work, then it's like, oh, it's a you problem. You probably didn't follow it exactly. But yeah, but the thing is, there is money out there. There's a lot of opportunity. It's only going to get more competitive. I think, like you said, there are a lot of people at the very top making money, but the reality is, are you going to be Alex Hormozy or Justin Welsh in a short space of time? Big
No,
no, no, big no.
no, and that's
But
that's
that
the
doesn't mean you
point
can't have a good
for
living.
everyone. Yeah,
Because I see it as, so I would say I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm in that process now, being very humble and go, right, you're freelancing for, for an amount of time whilst you're working out what your main project is going to be, what your product and what you're focusing on, and all these little things, they take a long time, don't they? They look easy, like making a YouTube video when you watch it looks easy, but
yeah,
or writing a thread or building a following until you do it. And then once you do it, you're like, oh, it's a lot more difficult than it is. But I think it's worth it. I think it's loads of fun. I wouldn't change it.
no, true, true. Neither would
It's
I.
cool.
Neither would I.
No, it's fun. You get to do stuff like this,
Exactly, exactly.
which
Well,
is
that
which
that's the
is
interesting thing. Like everybody could live stream. They could start
yeah.
a spaces or a video stream, but not a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I wonder why that
It's hard.
is. Is it because I think that, because I, like, from my own self development from about 5 years ago, I would say that I probably wouldn't have been very comfortable if I hadn't done that self development, being on camera, talking in front of people. But now I just don't care, and I think you only build that muscle by trying stuff out and putting yourself in really uncomfortable positions a lot.
Yeah,
So at work, I've done that. At my old job, people didn't want to do a presentation in front of a group of people. So I'd be like, well, I'll try, just for to get embarrassed and to feel the fear of doing it, just
yeah,
because I know it would benefit me talking. And that's
yeah,
why I think people they don't do podcasts, because they struggle to talk. They
yeah,
don't do videos because they think that they look silly or that people will judge them. And a lot of times that just holds them back.
yeah,
Whereas if you just get on with it and do a 30-second video on your phone, post it,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
because the amount of people on YouTube that give me shit
yeah.
in the comments, so you're just going to get, it's the internet. So you might as well have fun and create some cool stuff.
I looked like a corpse a couple of weeks ago, and I recorded a 30-second video on my video,
Right.
30-second video on my
On
phone.
your
But yeah,
phone.
you learn, and then next time, well, I should do something about the lighting, or I should
Yeah.
use a different
Yeah,
angle or
yeah.
whatever. But it was out there, and I didn't really care, and you learn, and
Yeah, yeah.
like this, people are scared of actually calling, speaking to other people. Why? Because everybody's just texting and using WhatsApp and Telegram, whatever, to communicate. People don't
Yeah.
call anymore. That's why they're scared. And if you're scared to use your voice, well, you're definitely scared to use your voice when other people can, strangers on the internet can hear you.
Yeah. I've got one of the things that I like doing is, I would say that I am an authentic self. Like, the person who I am talking to you is the same, off camera, because I just think it's a much more comfortable way to live. Whereas I think quite a lot of people when they have a fake persona online and they're very careful about how that persona is perceived. So when you see, and they're like really bold opinions about crazy stuff, and then you actually see them on video, and you're like, wait a minute, and it's like a projection of what they want you to see about them, and the reality is very different. So I would say that
I think for almost everybody that I've like seen websites of or seen their social profile, and then meet them in real life or see them on video, all of them I think, oh, you're just another human.
yeah, yeah.
You're a fucking nerd or what?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. Especially when the guy has been saying these things like, "This is how a man should live," or this, and then you see the guy, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like you, like or when they're, and I just think it's mad anyway when you see people arguing. Just think, take yourself out of it. Think about the mind of somebody like arguing with a stranger on the internet and then seeing that as like a serious thing. It's just it's strange, isn't it?
Definitely.
But yeah, I just assume that everybody is a nerd in their grandma's basement typing on like in Reddit.
Have you watched the series Suits?
I know what it is. Yeah, the marketing. It's like from the 60s or 50s or something, isn't it? No, is that?
No. This is like
Which one's that?
it's about lawyers. Like there's a guy.
Oh, yeah.
And there's one episode where his best friend is in trouble because he didn't pay for the weed, and they need to go there, and so the guy so his best friend didn't pay for the weed, and he's telling him like, the guy we're going to see, like, he's a real badass, don't fuck with him because he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's a dealer.
And Mike, like one of the main characters, he comes along with his best friend, and the dealer opens up the door, and Mike immediately sees that this is just a nerd. He's not.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even own a gun. He never killed anybody.
Yeah.
He can talk shit, but he can't walk. He can't walk the walk.
Yeah.
And so immediately, and that's the same when you see
you
see
tweets,
whatever. But as soon as somebody opens the door, or as soon as you get somebody on camera, you can, like, in a split second, you can decide, wow, this is the kind of person, instead of all the other, and that happened in the episode as well.
And if you're and I'd say that this is the way to be, is to get on camera early when you're at the start of your journey, because the longer you leave it, the more shit you talk, the more difficult it's going to be to back that up when you eventually try and go on YouTube or talk on, just talk on camera. Because I'd never done it really. I did a couple of videos for my internal work stuff, just to, and then maybe they recorded me doing like a presentation or a lecture in front of people. But it's so different doing it and sounding articulate and sticking to the point. And it's a little bit like how I hear people talking about writing. Like the more you write, it helps your ideas. Yeah. It's the same with talking, because you have to, like this, for example, you have to listen to the person, and it's like podcasting. You have to listen, hear what they say, add to it. And if you're presenting, especially if you're competing with TikTok, Instagram, whatever, you've got to get to the point. You've got to sound like you know what you're talking about, and you've just got to get the reps in early and talk about something that you actually know about, rather than a 17-year-old talking about life coach mindset. And I'm like, if you've not lived your life yet, what the fuck are you?
Exactly.
It's funny.
Go to school first, man. Yeah. Cool, man. This was fun. I think we're going to end it on this note.
No more posty roasts.
No posty. Yeah, there was another one from the same bearded Christian, but
he's changed it and updated it.
Well, yeah, he has a second account. I was like, well, No, I don't think we're gonna do your second account. Maybe another time. But thanks, Jim. I had a lot of fun. I hope people who watched as well. But at least we had fun.
Yes. Is there anybody? If there is people watching, go over to YouTube and type in Hype Fury, and then go and subscribe to our channel. We need more subscribers.
Wow, that is a great
Thank you
idea.
very much, and you'll see more
Thanks.
of my face. See you later. Take care, Yannick.
Cheers. Bye.